Okay, so here's the next one. Look, this is so specific. This is so specific. Look, I thought you trusted us. Trust. Johnny Storm and trust. Let me show you. This is a big thing for Johnny Storm. Trust is everything. Look. Let me get back to this bullshit. I don't remember if it was 22. This thing was such bullshit. Back to the bullshit. I trusted you. You were my boyfriend. Let me find his ass. Look. He was supposed to be my friend. I trusted him. Trust. Trust is everything to the Fantastic. Trust is everything to Johnny. Trust is what the Fantastic Four are based on, right? Trusting each other, you know, with each other's lives, you know. Trusting Reed in his decisions. You know, Reed just makes decisions for the team. That's Reed. They have to trust that. The whole thing with Civil War, that was just them trusting Reed when he came out. Was like, we're picking Tony's side. Like, that was them putting trust in him. You know, he was bullshit, you know. And then, you know, when trust is broken, that's such a problem for Johnny. Elijah broke his trust twice. That's why they can never be together. Trust is such an important thing to Johnny. Now let me show you. I ain't making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. Here we go. Dan Slott, 590. I was looking for it earlier as I was showing you, but I don't know if I'm going to include that video. Let me see. I found it, though. This is Slott. Slott was so good. 2009. What a year. Slott. What a decade. Marvel was banging during 09. You see the costumes? This is the same one. This is right around DAKEN. This is right around there. Maybe right before. No, this is right around DAKEN. See the costumes? Absolutely. Yeah. So, this is supposed to be the past. They're such buddies. See, his face was unmasked. He's like, they're such friends. Such good friends. I love SPIDEYTORCH. This is the realest thing Johnny has in his life of like, someone who's genuine and understands. DAKEN just pretends to understand, pretends to be his friend. This is his real friend. There's no one that could replace you know, who Peter Parker is in Johnny's life. You know, he's an essential part of Johnny's life. Johnny needs him. You know, he grounds him whenever he shows up. Same thing for Pete. You know, Johnny's a grounding thing for him. You know, he reminds him that I'm not alone in this world, you know. They always have, you know, Fantastic Four, you know, they're a symbol of like, you know, this is why you don't give up, you know. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. It's escaping me. Okay, so this is something that happened in the past. They went to the negative zone. Some bullshit happened. And he was unmasked. And they were so SPIDEYTORCH. Oh, you know me, Matchstick. I'll muddle through. Because he's like, that's a first. Wait, what was he saying? He was like, hey, you don't hear me complaining? He's having fun. He's like, this is the fun part, right, Spidey? Right? They're having fun. This is SPIDEYTORCH. He's like, so Parker, now that you've had a taste of the life Fantastic, how are you ever gonna go back to your humdrum spider world? And he's like, oh, you know me, Matchstick. I'll muddle through. Oh, ooh, he's side-eyeing. Oh, he's kind of cute there. Now we skip forward. Okay, so now the whole thing with this is this is post-Civil War. This was during Dark Avengers. Oh, wow. This is definitely during DAKEN. Johnny just met DAKEN during this time. This is during Dark Avengers. This is after Civil War. Okay? And so, what happened was Peter Parker was already rebooted. Meaning that he kind of, events in his mind in the universe was kind of erased a little bit, where it's like him and MJ never got married, you know. But all the adventures with the Fantastic oh my God, I said Stan. He is not Stan. Dan Slott. He did not want to erase the history between these two and between the Fantastic. That to him, to Slott, this is an important thing to keep intact. Okay, Spider-Man's history with the Fantastic Four is such an important thing. You cannot mess with that. So his first order of business when he got on the book and he did a Fantastic Four team up was, I need to give Johnny Storm, I need to reinstate this. He said, I need to give Johnny Storm back the memory of Peter Parker's identity. Because when Doctor Strange cast his spell, everyone, including them, they remember adventures with him. They remember, but he's like, I can't remember what he looked like. He almost can't really remember, you know? But he remembers when Johnny knew him. That part was never erased, you know? Dan Slott knew that this is so important. This is why you gotta stand and glaze Slott a little. You know, it's because of him I have SPIDEYTORCH. Love that man. Peter's extra, like, assholey. Shut up! You know, he's being an asshole. He's being an asshole to Johnny, too. Okay, so here he is being an asshole. It's like, he's being such a jerk. Look at Johnny trying to talk to him. He's being an asshole. It's like, you know what's more intriguing? Not that our high-tech cell phones were getting calls from aliens. It's that we couldn't make a call to you. You know? Why is that? You know? He can't understand. Like, Johnny feels everything at times 10. You know? He feels that Peter is, like, ghosting him. You know, he feels that something has shifted. Something has shifted between this. You know, Johnny doesn't have much friends. This is his number one friend. When something shifts, it's like, oh my God, it's like the tectonic plates inside Johnny, like, kind of like go out of place. And like, oh my God, it's like an earthquake inside of him. You know? So he's like, I couldn't make a call to you? Why? Since when? It's like, shut your ass up. Like, he was being an asshole. And he's like, why do I suddenly not have your digits or a name I can look up? It's like, I used to know, but shh. Damn it, Johnny, adults are talking. You know, he just like kept brushing him off because he knew what he did. He knew he took back the secret identity. You know, he knew what his ass did, you know, but he didn't want to be confronted by it because honestly, it hurts him too. It hurts him to keep this from Johnny, you know, but he's like, I have to do this. I have to protect everybody, you know, even if it means hurting Johnny, you know, even if it means that, you know, even if it means losing the friendship. But this pains him, and this pains him, and he doesn't even know why. He's just lashing out. He's so J-Storm. The car. The rest of them know, too, that something has happened, but they aren't nearly as affected. This is like DAKEN and Johnny again, where Johnny's like, what the hell? You know? Johnny's always pissy. His feelings get so hurt. He's so sensitive. You know, Ben used to be like this too, but like I said, they changed Ben so much. So much. He's like, I got work to do. I got bills to pay. I got time for this shit, you know? Of course. You know? He's like, we'll pay you, compensate you for your time. FF Incorporated. I believe this should cover it. He's giving him money. Oh, shit! He said, put whatever you want! He's like, it's made out to cash. That's like my middle name. He's like, oh shit, Reed, he's about to make us go broke. What's he gonna write on there? $10 billion. Oh, we could afford it, Ben. Like, actually, Spider-Man, I felt that was best. We know how you feel about protecting your true identity, even from us. See? They don't give a shit. You know, he's like, oh well. Johnny's losing his shit over here. He's like, give it back! That was mine! Let me see your face! What do you look like under there? Let's see. This is Aunt May bullshit. So he went home. Peter! Now you have fun with your friends, dearie. She had a stroke. Oh my, it's just because that mess with the Hollisters, isn't it? Some bullshit. Okay, the Baxter building. He had to go back. I forget why. I don't remember why he went back. I'm good to go. Besides, it shouldn't take long. I'm sure a friendly neighborhood could survive a day or two without me. This is bullshit. Johnny's upset. He knows that you took my shit away. Give back my brain. He's like trying to like he wants to keep it still kind of funny. He doesn't want the relationship to go that deep anymore because he's like, I need boundaries now. He's like, frig your boundaries. Make out with me. Okay. He's like, hey, Flame Top. No hard feelings about earlier, right? He was being an asshole. Johnny don't forgive him. You know Johnny. But Johnny is so forgiving. You know he is. All you have to do is apologize. That's all he wants is an apology. That's why Doc was like, I'm sorry. And Johnny was like, okay. He's like, hey, I'm cool if you're cool, stranger. You know, he's like, okay, I'll forgive you. Not psych, you know. He's like, so it's going to be one of those kind of, he could feel it. Johnny's flames. He's giving him the cold ass shoulder. He's like, you're going to kick my seat the whole way, huh? He's like, pretty much, you know. He's like, you're an asshole. And Johnny's so right. He is an asshole. Being an asshole. Trying to talk to him. Gotta talk. Oh, shit, he's back. We need his ass in the room. Hey, Stretch, did he cash that check? Not yet, Ben. Actually, I'm gonna let it bounce. Ah! Oh my god. It's Alicia. Who the frick is this bullshit here? So, when would he be back? Uncle Arlo? Who the frick is that? God. I actually don't know. Nice bit of tech, Dr. Richard. Is that a pin particle generator? Good eyes, son. See, he just throws around that word, son. That's why I'm like, that's why I tell you, I said, Reed calls Johnny son, but that's not his son. Johnny's upset! Just like with Doc, and he's like, that's my man! You know, he hates this shit. Because he's like, why are you trying to be buddy-buddy with Reed and not with me, you know? They go deeper. What he has with him is so different than what he has with the rest of them. This is like, this goes deep. This shit goes to the bone. This is just skin surface stuff. This goes to the bone. They know each other's heart. He's like, being an asshole, man. He wants to cry. Oh my god. Good eyes, son. This is good. They're going to the macroverse. Ben's over there. He's always just there. As you know, he's talking about pin particles. Crossing into the microverse? Correct. Oi! Dan's not always like saying oi. Oh, look at them. It's so rare. He's like, here we go again. It's so rare you see them. He's like, he's pissing you off. Just give me the word. I'll clobber his ass. Not yet, Ben. Still want to see if we can salvage this thing. Oi! That's not the case. Excellent, yes. I'm assuming that the space is okay. Get a roll, why don't you? He's like, yeah. Show us up soon. He's like, maybe we will. He's like, what? Oh my god. Hey, Reed. Reed keeps taking Johnny's man. You know what's funny, actually? Remember how Johnny was banging Medusa? Medusa, back in the earlier days, she liked Reed too. She was like, he's so handsome. And then later on, she's banging Johnny. Everyone wants Reed. Everyone wants Reed. He's like, get him! So funny. See you soon. They're leaving. Bye, kids. Bye, Daddy. Bye, Spider-Man. See, he loves Spider-Man. He's such a stan. He's Johnny. That's what I tell you. He's Uncle Johnny. Even he loves Spider-Man too. He's so Uncle Johnny. He loves Uncle Johnny. We're leaving. Alright, everybody. Calm down. Blah, blah, blah. Reed, you better call the Auto Club. They were lost. They don't know where the hell they landed. Confused. It's the civilization. Maybe I didn't need any. I live in an apartment. In New York, maybe these guards are noisy upstairs. Okay, this is... Guys. Okay, so what happens here? Remember the beginning? Basically, they came here a long time ago. And Peter was unmasked. And when they left, I guess they honored them. And they made sculptures after them. Look how little Johnny was. He was like, hey, I'm the idol of millions, but this is ridiculous. Who's that? They sculpt him better than Alicia sculpts. Oh my god. He's like, I'll stop beating the shit out of all y'all if you don't back the F up. Ben's not having this bullshit. Johnny recognizes this. This pisses him the F up. Look. This is Peter's sculpture. And Johnny's like, wait a second. That's a statue of Spidey. Hey, that's not right. He's like, oh, it's the shit. Johnny's like, and they're all looking at other things. He's like, who's this? And he's like, this don't look like me. This is old. She's like, and you're worried about your likeness? It's too old, Susan. I'm sexier than this. Reed, you don't understand, Sue. Johnny's like, hey! You know, Johnny's like on a different level. He's on Peter Parker. He's like obsessed with him right now. He's like, I'm the only one who sees this right now. He's unmasked! He is! He's like, big statue, guys. No mask. And Peter's like, Johnny, will you drop this? He's like, can you stop your bullshit, man? He's like, no, man. He's like, Johnny, I see that, but nothing, Reed. These Macroverse guys, they've seen him without his mask. He knows. He's like, so that means that we had an adventure here with him. And he was maskless. I know it. I remember it. He's like, but I don't. I mean, I can't remember it right. It's like whatever Doctor Strange did made it fuzzy. It's like, I remember seeing Peter, but like, I can't remember. Because like the whole world remembers that he had masked. Nobody remembers what he looked like now. It's like, it was just a couple years ago. We teamed up with Spidey. There's some bullshit with a princess. He's like, he was mask free and I can't remember his face no matter how hard I try. And he's upset. He's like, can you just stop it, Johnny? Oh my god, just drop it, Storm. He's like, hold on. You know, I don't know, but how? Unless you did something to us. You made us forget. And Peter's like, stop. Because he's getting too close to the truth. And he's like, enough, boys. Enough. He's still trying to protect Peter. He's too is being an asshole. But Johnny's so right. He's like, what'd you do? Don't worry about it. They're so friends. This is typical of them. I'm yelling too much. My throat. You hurt the great goddess, Susie. Vamos! Ben, quit defying us. Shut your ass up, bitch. Costing me serious lizard time here. What's happening here? Okay, something with... Okay, Johnny's upset. This is so, like, with same time with DAKEN. He had so much heartbreak in one little time frame. He's like, you mean the convenient wear and tear that worn down the face on one and only one of our statues? Meaning you? He's pointing the finger and he's like, let it go already, Johnny. God. He's like, Johnny's not dropping this shit. No! I need to know! I need to know what I used to know! Who the hell are you? Tell me! You say you're my friend, but this is mean! This shove! Yank! No! I'm not going down that road again! No one knows! He's like, that's how it has to be. No exceptions. And Peter's like, and if that means we're not friends, fine! And he shoves Johnny. Ben's like, even Ben knows this is out of control. The shove, that's so mean. He's such an asshole, I was telling you. He's so hurt. He's just like trying to protect himself. Johnny's not taking that. He's like, did you just... Hey, don't walk away from me when I'm yelling at you. He's like, no, we're done. This is like... This is the breakup. No, you're done. And Johnny just basically burns his mask off. This part's a little... Where are we? I gotta wake up first. 20 minutes. Enough is enough. Who are you? I don't know what the hell this costume was. took back his mask? Before, remember, they once knew Spider-Man's true identity, but now they can't remember the face they saw. Sue basically turned his face invisible. Johnny's pissed at it. He's like, "So, you turned him invisible. No fair. Anytime, Spidey." She's such a bitch for this. Now Johnny's getting yelled at for wanting to know what he knew. Like, that's his memories, you bitch. Setting his mask on fire? What were you thinking? This is what I was talking about. This is why I brought you here. We got a little sidetracked. This goes back to Daken and the trust thing. Trust is everything to Johnny Storm. You know? Trust? What trust? Yeah, what trust, you mofo? You friggin' dyke. He's like, trust is sharing your secret identity with your friends. See, Johnny and the friends. As far as I can tell, he gave it to us and then took it back. That's very unlikely. Shut your ass up. That's unlikely. I did the logarithm. There's no way that happened, Johnny. What the hell are you talking about, Reed? Look at his face. Just like, shut your ass up, Reed. No. Nuts to this, Susie. Let me out of this force field. He's like, he doesn't want to confront this. You notice how silent he's been since this whole thing? He knows. He knows he's being an asshole, and he kind of feels bad about it. He does. That's why he's so quiet. That's why he's not really defending himself. All he keeps saying is, "Johnny, will you drop it?" You know, because this is a touchy subject, and it hurts him too, you know. He's like, maybe if Johnny will just shut the hell up, and then I could just live like this and get over it, you know. But it's affecting Johnny, and Johnny won't drop it. Of course not. So that's it? We're just supposed to forget about this mind wipe? He's like, mind wipe? What mind wipe? The hell? Johnny, little help? Oh, Johnny's getting fresh. He's like, we're on first name terms now? Fine, what's yours? He's like, you want to be an asshole? I'll be one too. What's your name? What's your name, asshole? Don't worry about it. Yes. So this is what's happening. Basically, wherever they are, time is somehow moving faster back home. So every 10 minutes here is like 2 months back at home or some bullshit like that. And Peter goes irate at this shit. Yeah, look, time's going by. But he's like, 13 and 1/3 days go by. Peter freaks the hell out. He's like, no! He starts going nuts. Sorry, this isn't the time. He's like, I need to go home. You say I already missed a month? What the frick? We gotta go. He's like, I don't give a shit. Franklin's how old now? He's like, you had me at power and responsibility, all right? Let's get this shit done. This is what's happening here. Blah, blah, blah. He's not trying to hurt us. He's talking about this man over here. She's like, Spidey, is your tingly spider sense tell you anything? I think we could trust him. He's like, oh my god, this bitch is talking about trust. Bitch! Trust? He's like, great. Trusty McTrust here says we can trust him. You got me giggling. And he's like, Storm! Like, he knows he's a hypocrite mofo. He's like, I've taken enough of you. And you're like, well, I don't give a shit. And Ben's had it now. He's like, enough! Ben's can't take it anymore. Ben's like, when you're with the Fantastic Four, you're a team. Actually, Ben's like, there's no I am fantastic! And he's like, actually, there is, you asshole. She's like, shut up, Reed, you're ruining the moment. You in? And then he joined the FF. He's like, sure, why not? And then Johnny goes, yeah, he burned some. He's like, you son of a bitch, me biscuit. He's like, haha, got you, you asshole. You're such an asshole. He's like, just once, can you just act like a real superhero? Just once, Johnny. He's like, oh, I know I can. Can you? Because I'm all over this. Johnny, Spider-Man, why are they breaking formation? Why didn't you know? Having a race to see who could be the biggest idiot. This asshole. He's like, you are really ticking me off. You know that? I mean, what's your problem? He's like, this is a This is what I was telling you. I said, Dan Slott came up with SPIDEYTORCH. This is a SPIDEYTORCH gym. You used to get a kick out of these. Yeah? We used to be 15. Grow up. It's like, sorry to ruin your fun storm, but things are different now. It's like, I got a baby on the way. I'm like, what? How? Johnny's like, oh my god, my phone's dying. Gotta plug it in. Johnny can't take this. This shit. Hold on. It's charging. He's like, what are you, monumentally stupid? He loves calling Johnny stupid. Things have gotten dark. The Dark Avengers. You want to know who I am? You know what happens if that gets out? With the way the world is now? It's like, what now? I'm gay now. Where am I? Do you know what would happen to my family, my friends? Hey! It's like, you've already hit that guy a zillion times. I don't think he's getting enough. Peter's losing control, you know? And this is what Johnny admires in Peter. The fact that he doesn't lose control. He's just like Johnny. Just like Johnny. He has such immense power, such immense strength. Every time he fights somebody, he is holding back. Every time he fights somebody, he is holding back. They're the same in that way, you know? He's like, easy pal. I'm not your pal! And these aren't my clothes. This is my disguise. He's like, this is not who I am. This superior stuff isn't my life. He's like, Johnny, this is your life. You can marry the Johnny Storm and the Human Torch. Like, you are one and the same, you know? He's like, my real life's back on Earth with my real friends. But that's the thing, though. Johnny can't understand that. How Peter lives his life in two halves. Johnny compartmentalizes in a way, okay? There is Johnny Storm and there is the Human Torch. And as much as he tries to keep that tiny bit separate, he's like, in his mind, they're the same. They are the same. They're one and the same. Who is Johnny Storm if not the Human Torch? Johnny Storm has no purpose if he's not the Human Torch. Whereas Peter Parker, he has significance on both sides of his alter egos. Johnny doesn't have an alter ego. He has an alter ego. Johnny almost can't understand this version, you know? He can't understand what Peter goes through. Like, this shit don't make sense to him, you know? So when he's saying this, he's like, he can't really understand because in his mind, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Peter Parker and Spider-Man are one and the same. That's my best friend, you know? Me and Peter Parker get along so much because he is Spider-Man, you know? And one thing in comic books, you will see, the only time Peter Parker feels like one and the same with Spider-Man is when he's with Johnny Storm. When he's with Johnny, Spider-Man is Peter Parker and Peter Parker is Spider-Man. It's the only time when he feels like that division collapses and they just merge. Only when he's with him. It's the only character he truly feels comfortable with on both sides of his alter egos. He feels fully comfortable as Peter Parker, and he feels fully comfortable as Spider-Man. Only with him, nobody else, you know? When he's with MJ, let's be real, it's Peter Parker who she loves, you know? When he's with Harry, it's Peter Parker who he knows, you know? When he hangs out with Wolverine, it's Spider-Man, you know? When he hangs out with Daredevil, it's Spider-Man, Daredevil knows, you know? When he hangs out with Johnny Storm, it's Spider-Man and it's Peter Parker. There's nobody else in the Marvel Universe he has that connection with. Nobody else. Okay, so let's continue. Beep! The phones are always going off. Skipping this bullshit. Spider-Man! I'm skipping it. Yeah, I'm on it. He wants to get out of here so fast because time is like... Oh my god, it's been 30 minutes since I've been recording this. What a shocking twist. Can we go now? So he wants to get the F out of here. This is cute. Like, what the heck is this? An after-school special? Hey, the more you know. This guy's going into a monologue. Well, Spidey, baby brother, I think we've all learned a valuable lesson today. Dear God, make her stop. He's like, dude, I've been trying all my life. F you mean, Pete? And for that, dark bullshit. Yeah. Like, why is it cut off? What's this bullshit? Why is it cut off? Where's J-Storm's words? Primacy, I don't get that. What the frig? Why is this shit cut off? Wait. This is stupid. Why is it cut off? I will never know what he says. You wore a disguise like to look like everybody else. I'm the other way around. Oh look, he says, no, I'm not buying into this. It's a terrible analogy. He's like, yeah. He's like, he wore a disguise to look like everybody else. I'm the other way around. What? So you're Spider-Man? I don't get that. Like this all the time, pretty much. He's like, well, it's like you're not really the Human Torch. You're Johnny Storm. Johnny's like, no. Don't even joke about that ever. See? This is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Don't ever be joking about him not being the Human Torch, because he don't know who he is if he's not that. He needs the Human Torch. You take that away from him, his whole existence doesn't make sense anymore, you know? Peter Parker could lose Spider-Man overnight, and his life would be significantly better for it, you know? His would be significantly worse. He would lose all purpose in life. He would not know who he is, what he's supposed to be, you know? Peter has aspirations in life, you know? He could be anything. The only thing that's stopping him from being everything that he wants to be or needs to be is this mask, you know, this whole superhero side of his life, you know. This is like his hindrance in life. This holds him back in life. Johnny Storm, his flame, that's what propels him forward in life. He's only somebody in the world because of that, you know. Peter Parker could be somebody in the world if it wasn't for this, you know. He's like, you know, you're not really the Human Torch, you're Johnny Storm, you know. And that's Peter Parker's worldview, because in his mind, I'm not really Spider-Man, I'm Peter Parker. They have different worldviews. And he's like, I'm not just Johnny Storm, I am the Human Torch. I'm one and the same. And you're not just Spider-Man, you're Peter Parker. You're one and the same. Like, their worldview's different in this way. Okay. And they're leaving now. I guess he's telling them about what happened. He wants to know about that mind wipe. He knows this shit. He wasn't trying to touch it. You know, touchy topic. Now he's like bringing it up. Fight Club's the first rule of mind wipe is you don't talk about mind wipe. But he's trying to joke it away, and he's like, he don't want it. He's like, I'm serious now. Humor me! Like he cuts his ass off. So now he starts explaining it. He's like, because it's Reed. He looks up to Reed same way Johnny does. Like, but the difference is that Reed is like, he looks up to Reed like he's a celebrity, you know, like, this is, look, if there's one person Peter Parker admires most in the Marvel Universe, it's this guy right here. He wants to be him, like, he's perfect, he's so smart, you know, he's so intelligent, he's intelligent, Reed is the perfect superhero in his mind, you know, he's got something about him. Always. That's why he's opening up to Reed. If Reed asks Peter a question, he's going to answer it. So Reed wants to know about this. He's like, your mind won't let you connect the dots about, like, you know that you saw me, but your mind can never be like, oh, it's Peter Parker. Like, it'll never, even if, you will never know. Even if I showed up at your doorstep as Peter Parker, unless I unmask myself, you will never know that that's me. You will never be like, oh yeah, he was Peter Parker. No, that's not the way it works. He's like, oh, we connect them ourselves, but in the wrong order. He's like, right, you're only up with your own solution. Johnny's hearing this shit. He's getting pissed off again. He's like, if someone unmasks me, or if I unmask myself, then for that person, it all come rushing back. You know, right now, this mask keeps it as a barrier. Basically, it's his choice. Johnny hears this, and he's like, so do it. Unmask for us. It's stupid not to. We're your friends, man. We can help you with things. Johnny's so right with that. This is what was so good about the ending of Dan's Slot, was that This is what Peter Parker finally realized. He's like, I have friends. I don't just have friends. I have amazing friends, you know? I have people who can help me, you know? I don't have to do it all alone. I can ask for help. The same way Johnny runs out of his way to ask for help, even if it's a supervillain. He realizes that too by the end of Slot Run. He's like, I can do that too. You know, let me take a page out of Johnny's playbook. You know, he's talking about the events of, like, the Skrull invasion and, like, Civil War, and, like, what happens when somebody finds out, like, you don't have to live with the consequences, Johnny. Like, to some level, he knows they can't understand. They can't understand, you know. They also can't understand his position either, you know, because they're like, look at us, man. We're so rich. We're so famous. We have an air of protection around. Who can touch us? Everyone knows who we are, you know? We're famous in the world. The whole world be thinking he's a menace. We're heroes because they know who we are. They're like, Johnny almost can't understand why he's Spider-Man. Like, why do you keep the mask on? Why do you hide who you are, you know? He also knows that they can't really understand his position either. I don't understand, too. They're rich. With money comes protection anyway that he can't have, you know. That's how come the only time he had protection when he was no longer had a secret identity was because he was affiliated with Tony Stark. You know, Tony had money. Money is protection. Stretchy guy says what? Let me take some readings. I'll duplicate your firewalls. Now Johnny's pulling at Peter Parker's heartstrings. He's like, hey, it's like Ben said. When you're with us, you're not just part of a team. You're part of a family. We won't let you down. See, I told you, so much of trust with Johnny Storm, you know, has to do with family. That's where it stems from. He's like, I'm promising you this. He's like, he really does. He wants this back. He wants this connection back. This means something to him. As much as it means to him, it's equally... Johnny, he's so bad at hiding his feelings, you know? He feels exactly the way he feels, but he's so good at containing his feelings. He is not good at he's not good at hiding how he feels. They feel the exact same way about each other. He feels the exact same way he feels about the situation. He's just so mad about it. He's pissed off, too, that it has to be this way. He just outwardly shows it, and he holds it inside. That's Spider-Man, you know? So when he's saying this, he felt this, too, you know? So he's already agreed. He's like, we could share and keep your secret, too. You know, it doesn't take much for him to crack. He wants this back. He loves them. He wants this back. He's happy to have it back. He's like, once you see me, everything will come running back. And it did. With them. It's immediate. He knows already. Hi, Pete. Long time no see. He's family. That's the thing. He's family to them. He is the unofficial 5th member of the Fantastic Four. He is the unofficial 5th member of the Fantastic Four. All he has to do one day is show up and ask to be a part of the team, and he's a part of the team. He doesn't have to beg, nothing. They'll take him in. That's how it works, you know? But he has a whole world of his own, you know? He can't fit into this without leaving everything else behind, without changing everything in his life, you know? He likes the normalcy he has. He has a normalcy Johnny doesn't have. He has a normalcy Johnny will never know, you know? He appreciates the real world and living in the real world and having regular jobs and stuff like that. But he is them. And they love him so much. And he loves them very much. He loves Johnny very much. Look at that. You see this? This is on purpose. They're all hugging him, holding him, right? And it's all touch, 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 touch. But with Johnny, all they need to do is look at each other. He's looking at him. Even though they're all touching him, no contact. They don't need it. They have the connection back. And this connection, this intangible connection is greater than anything that's tangible happening around him. Look at that. This is SPIDEYTORCH. And Slot got it. This is so them. This is cute now. It's ending. This went back to the art that was in Hickman's run. He's leaving now. They're back on their own bullshit. Pardon my French, but walloping freaking web snappers. He's like, oh man, my TiVo's probably full. See, Johnny, he loves TV. He's so me. This was back in 2009 when we had TiVo. I had TiVo too. 2009. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe you do, I don't know. But TiVo, when we used to be able to record stuff, and then the shit would get full, and then it wouldn't record, so he knows his shit is full. I know what he's talking about. Johnny loves TV. He's such a TV man. Him too. They're both, that's another thing, they're both up on that pop culture thing. Kids must be worried. Your kids are like 50 years old now. That's how long you took to get back, you bitch. Now they're just back on their old stuff. He's so happy. He's content. This is back. SPIDEYTORCH is so back. They don't need anything crazy. They like to keep it light. He's like, yeah, they're doing some bullshit. Checking in with Debbie. Aaron's Debbie! This is Miller's run. I think this is Miller's run. Oh, I love Miller's run. We got to go over Miller's run. Good luck with that. I need to check in on everything. My aunt, my job, my rent. Gotta go! He's like, so simple because this is so them. They don't need to have an essay. That was it. Once they saw each other right here, that's all they needed. They were back. That's why when he talks to him, it's just as simple. See you around, Pete. Because now he will. He will see him around. Pete runs home. But that's going back to the whole trust thing. This is why I say trust matters so much to Johnny. Trust is everything. That's how come when he's blowing up on DAKEN over here. He's like, that's why he's like, I trusted you. Thought you trusted me. That's why this is everything. I'm just trying to show you that this is canon. I'm not making this up. They're not making... Every time I talk about Johnny, I'm not just making up bullshit. I promise you that. This comes from canon. There are references. There are things to it. You know, interpretations, things that... It's there on the page. I'm not making this shit up. You know, that's why he's like... I thought you trusted us, because he trusted him. You know, that says a lot. Who does Johnny trust? He trusts Spider-Man. He has so much history between them for them to have trust. That means that there's so much history between these two for them to have trust. Johnny doesn't hand out trust easily. You can have his, like, you know, his emotional card. You know, you can make him feel bad for you. But to make Johnny trust you, that takes work. These two are hanging out so much that oh, I feel bad for you turned into, I trust you. Come into my house. Come into my room. You know? This is Johnny's room. I'm going to show you. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. Hold on, I need to see with my hands. I need to see. Fantastic Four. I'm not making this shit up. Oh shit, what is this? Is that it? I'm not making this shit up. What is this? This is it. I'm not making this shit up. Look. You think I'm making this shit up? This bullshit. This is the same closet DAKEN's leaning against. Pay attention to the color of the walls. Pay attention to these doors here. It's not exact. It's not exact, but this is it. That's it. Look at these doors. Look at this. This came out in probably 2009. This is 2 decades less. This is like 15. Why is my hand shaking? Holy shit. Oh my god. This is it. This is Johnny's room. Do you see that? This is 2026, and when I saw this is 2025, I think. No, 2026. And when I saw this, I was like, this is the room that DAKEN was standing in. I said, this is it. You see, Johnny? He's such a boy. He likes basketball. See his F1 cars? This is Johnny's room. This is... I used to have this when I was younger. You put in the CD, you be bumping it. That's the thing, you turn it. Put the music up. Johnny probably got a bunch of CDs. He's such a boy. That's his facial creams. He's such a boy. His room's a mess. But you see what I'm talking about? Look at those closets. You know, look at the color of the walls. Look at the bed. This is Johnny's room. This is Johnny's room. That's his closet. That's his clothes, you know. It looks kind of small because they had to fit it all in one panel. But this is Johnny's room, you know. Yeah, so that's why trust matters so much to him. Trust is something he gives to Spider-Man. He gives that to Spider-Man, and now he's giving that to Doc, and that's not an easy thing to hand out. It took many years for him to, like, give that to Spider-Man, you know. There's so much history behind that. This is not bullshit. I'm not making up bullshit. This is, like, this is legit. With stuff backing it up, you know. They didn't make this up. This version of Johnny Storm is not just some gullible victim that they needed for story's sake. This is him. This is absolutely him. You know, and to be honest, it's not like it happened overnight. This happened from the rise to the fall of Norman Osborn. If you look at the ending of Dark Avengers, DAKEN, all the other Avengers got arrested or something. He was the only one who escaped. Okay? He was the only one who actually escaped and survived the fall of Norman Osborn. Probably because he was going to get a solo book afterward. But yeah, trust is big. Johnny's big on trust. He's huge on trust. That's how come here. He's like, I trusted you. It's all about trust. Because it is all about. He's insane. Doc has been an Avenger. Even if it was under Osborn. Shut your ass up. I hate this bullshit book. It's like he coming back here. This is so right. He was supposed to be my friend. Remember he was calling Peter friend? This is a different kind of friend. We could talk about that a little bit later, but this is not the same friend as Peter Parker. This is a different kind of friend. That's not even him there as Wolverine. This is a different kind of friend, but the trust is still there. It's also a much different connection than he has with Peter. Like I said, what he has with Peter is so unique. He will have that with no other character. It's not proper that he has that with any other character. And it's not proper that Peter Parker has that with any other character. What him and Peter have is very, very special. It's different from what Johnny has with Ben. You know. These two are the same character. I could talk about that some other time too. They're twins. Ben and Johnny are twins. They are like copy and paste. This is his soulmate. This is it. You know, like kindred spirits. Ben is his kindred spirit. Johnny is his kindred spirit, you know. Johnny to Ben. Johnny is the brother that Ben lost. Ben had a brother that ended up dying. What was his name? Dan. He had a brother, Dan, who ended up dying. He ended up getting killed during some gang stuff, right? So Johnny is the surrogate brother. He is the brother Ben lost. And to Johnny, Ben is the brother Johnny never had. They complete each other, these characters. This is completion right here when they're here. This is Johnny's whole, like, family in a way. You know, Reed, believe it or not, Reed is the addition for Johnny. This is Johnny's family right here. This is his family. His sister and his brother. Ben is his brother. You know how they say Peter Parker is his brother? Peter Parker is not his brother. Peter Parker is his best friend. This is his brother. This is his brother-in-law. You know. And this, this is a complicated little thing. We'll talk about this next.